Microphone check, microphone check. It's your girl, Rene, and welcome back to a new episode of The Brain Jewels, you guys. I am here. I'm your girl. I'm your hostess with all this different content that jumps off on the street. You know what I mean? So listen, buckle up and let's go for a ride. All right. So if you are new to the channel, I want to make sure that you go down to the bottom and hit the bell and subscribe so you can be alerted to the content when I'm over here and I'm dropping all of this good old information. So I wanted to represent, of course, we lost a legend. His anniversary was last week on June 25th, Michael Jackson. I believe, honestly, it was 17 years, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, I wanted to represent him. Also, we're coming to the end of June, and we got a full moon, a strawberry full moon, you guys. And so we're coming into a new era, a new twist, a new turn. Buckle the up because it is about to be something crazy and fun and sweet and sour all at the same time. But we also are hitting a Mercury retrograde. So listen, I could not let this day slip by without blessing you all. I just wrapped up my first season of Rene Conversations After Dark. If you haven't done so and listened to it, make sure you check it out. You can see that there's 8 different topics. The last one, which was the finale, it was amazing. I'm now writing for season 2, just to plug that in. Also, another thing, you guys, that really scared me, that I wanted to share with you all, and I didn't do it on my other show, but a couple weeks ago, well, more so, just to step back, just a backstory, a few years back, I've been going to the eye doctor, as I do regularly, and I keep up with my health, and all of those good things is very important to me. And I had LASIK surgery in my mid-20s, and so no problems. Everything has been pretty decent, pretty good. But then they started giving me these field tests, and then they put me in a category of a percentage of possibly being a person that could be developing glaucoma. And I'm telling you, I was like up. I was like flabbergasted, like balls to the wall, like crazy. Now, in my cuckoo head mind, the first thing I thought was like, I'm not going to be able to watch TV, like, bitch, like, that's your main concern. Like, I can't watch TV, like, not to see the world and the beautiful things of it, and things of that nature. But the factor that you're stuck on a TV show, like, wow, okay, that's different. But anywho, you have to educate yourself. But had to keep going back every 6 months or so, run these field tests and things of that nature. So they wanted to start preventive treatment, and they put me on these drops for about maybe the last several weeks, I want to say. So with all of that being said, moving forward, they really don't feel as though that I actually really am a candidate for glaucoma. My pressure tests were really good. My field tests were really good the last time that I went. So, I feel like I've been doing what needed to be done. And so therefore, after educating myself, and, I literally was tore up. Like, I was in there crying, honey, like in the eye doctors, like, I'm going blind, and like y'all know, I'm a TV queen, that's my thing. Like, TV is life, movies and everything. And so is music, but it's just entertainment altogether. So, I just wanted to share that news with you all. I probably should have did this on my bigger board where I have all my, sound effects and things like that. But y'all can clap for me out there, and thank you. And I appreciate it because I feel like I can hear you. But I just want to take a pause for the cause for one moment before we actually roll into this episode. So one moment. And I'm back. So before, I wanted to get started with this, and bringing everything that I need to bring you, I just want to let you know I am that girl. I am a black hippie, as I like to call myself, the crystal witch. I dibble dabble. I'm a very spiritual person. And before you come over here and I do anything more on my channel, I'm definitely going to bless it. So I want to bless this channel. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spiritual guides. Thank you, ancestors, for giving me a space to create and to be who I am and to share my knowledge and my entertainment with the wonderful people out here that are viewing this channel. Can you please continue to protect it and to keep me safe, as well as everything within and around that surrounds me. Ashe. And so therefore, just blessing my area and my space as well. Thank you all for tuning in as you do. I love the fact that you come back. This has been a really good week. I've been doing a lot of good work. And again, like I said, with the strawberry full moon that's coming within the harvest, honey, this is the time to start growing, getting your crops back in order. Like, what should you be harvesting right now and growing in this summertime? You know, where are you? You know, I'm East Coast, I'm Baltimore. Some of you will have different grounds and spaces and places. Your climate is different. Your temperature is different. So, you know, you got to check, you know, everything that's happening and what's best in your area. So, you know, it took for me to have some really good help from my sis in Washington, Seattle, and getting me started. And I basically have lettuce that's just growing, honey, out back. Like, it is out there. So yeah, but she also gave me word of advice of, you know, some very good advice of, you know, what I need to be following in regards to the seeding and the bitterness of the lettuce. So yeah, I'm just saying, you want some lettuce, come get some lettuce. And I have been doing, like, you know, things like I put a whole little bird bath and seeds out there. No, I have on shorts. I'm not naked. I have on bottoms, you see? Bottoms. But anyway, I'm comfortable and I'm in my space and place, and so whatever. So I just want to bless you all with a little sound cleansing, healing, and then we're going to get into it, honey. So close your eyes. Take a few breaths, take it in. One more time. Cool. Ashe. Okay, let's go. Let's play. Let's talk. Let's break into it, honey. So I have been representing, as far as you know, the red for the strawberry moon, darling. Yes. Now listen, do you like my little fan? It is so beautiful. I thought it was like giving like that 80s vibe. And funny thing is, I used to actually kind of get a little sick off of this color pattern when I was younger, and then who knew, you know, I would love it now as I'm older. But anyway, whatever. You know, like I said, tonight 7:57 p.m. interesting shit. Okay, because you know, I got my notes, I got things, you know, I run things, I write things in my notes, as far as like, you know, with my phone, and then I print things out, you know, instead of flipping through a book, which just makes it a little bit easier. But anywho, the peak of this full moon is 7:57 p.m. And I was like being funny about it, like 7:57, you know, Boeing. And, you know, my mom was a technical engineer for Boeing. And then this morning, when I woke up, you know, I happened to look in my email, because they sent me, like, you know, my weekly horoscope stuff and all of that thing, all those good things. And they told me my angel number was 757 today. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this full moon for me in the sign of Virgo for me, but the full moon is in Capricorn. So make your moon water, you guys. All right, do it. You can drink a little bit of it, use it for, you know, cleansing your divination tools and, you know, cleaning your crystals, using it as far as other goods is what you want to use it for, your manifestations and what other spiritual work you're doing. Also within whatever spell work you're putting together as well for yourself. You know, affirmations also, be mindful and clear. They're very small things you can say, but they are also little spell works that you're doing for yourself. Okay, so you know, by affirming things and bringing it into you and saying it and believing it and repeating it. So I wore my little red headband, not because my hair is busted, and I don't feel like it is. Okay, I feel like the tips of my hair have actually come into a color of strawberry. Oh, love it. Not only that, I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, but I like when my hair looks raggedy. I love the fact when I said when I wanted locks, this is what I was asking for. You know, you know, like, cause I be trying to understand, like a lot of people that put a lot of time into their locks, and I'm like, what do you want them to look like? Box braids? You know, like they're not box. That's where I would have hit my little sound effects with my laughter. They're not box braids. And it shouldn't be looking neat, taken care of. Yes, healthy. Come on, say that. But God, look at Michael with his head down, like Jesus Christ. Like, yes, right. That's what I feel like. You know, you want this neat effect. Look, this is the authentic. All right. So make your moon water. Like I said, leave your divination tools, your tarot cards. Let's set them out. You know, give some power and energy to them as well. This is a good one, you guys. Pendulums, if you have them, leave them out to be clean. Harvest your herbs, as I was saying, for future rituals. Do what basically works best for you and whatever it is within your practice of what it is that you got pretty much going on for yourself. The strawberry moon is June's full moon. And it symbolizes abundance, gratitude, and the sweetness of life, what you've basically harvested, what you've put within to your work, how it comes back to you now. Do you see everything that you have worked in your magic and your manifestations and putting the groundwork in, and it's now serving you? You know, this is what you do. Like when I say manifest and when I say goal and plan, I don't mean you necessarily always have to do something new. Take what you already have cooking in the pot, elevate that up to a point where it gives it more it puts more of that seasoning and that marination on it to where it really makes more sense, so that when it's done cooking, as we get to points like this, as we are within that halfway mark of the year, you guys, isn't that crazy? The halfway mark, we're hitting July. We got one more day and we're July on hump day at that. Yeah, make that shit make sense. So this is where you should see what you've been working on has been paid. It paid off. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like I said, with new moons and certain full moons, you don't pull in. With certain full moons, you can. New moons, it's like the new plate. Don't forget that. All right. To harness its energy, it's for love and heart healing. Use stones and your crystals with the alignment for the summer themes. Your crystals. Now, I don't have strawberry quartz, and I need to. Oh, it just sounds delicious. I like a good sweet berry, you know. Strawberries, blueberries has been my new thing too. I don't have that, but strawberry quartz, carnelian, citrine, black obsidian, moonstones, and also is good, especially when they're used for lunar rituals. Moonstone enhances feminine energy, intuition. It helps you stay aligned with natural lunar cycles. The citrine, because of it being yellow and bright, it attracts joy. It's like the sun in your pocket or on you where you keep your crystals, or you have, you know, certain jewelry that have these stones or crystals in it. Yeah, for prosperity. Again, the abundance of, now, because I don't have, like I said, the strawberry quartz, I did pick up some new. I have some jasper, and I felt like with jasper, you know, being that it's red, it's for strength and vitality and things of that nature. And so this is what I decided to work with as far as with my reds. Ooh, yeah, they like to play. I like this one. It is an earth element, and the chakras is the root of the first of sexual creativity, creative. Yeah, being creative. Speaking of, boosting. I have my moonstone also that I'm working with as well for this moon. I also decided within the obsidian to nicely, incorporate this as into my own. I do have my own pouch of my enhancements, my enhancers, crystals, and that's something I put together for me, because of what I'm working with and around and what I need for me on the protection side. And then I have this pyrite, and that again is good also, especially with them bringing in some money. You look like a gold nugget, right? It's beautiful. Yeah, and so this is what I got. And not only that, but I have a nice chunk of citrine that I'm using within my focus crystals as far as for my manifestations and my meditation. So this is what I have surrounding me as well within my enhancements, which are also around as well. So, do as what you feel. You can also use your rose quartz as well if you're using it to attract summer love. Yes, enhancing that glow, honey, you being out and about. And rose quartz being just a general base stone as it is, like amethyst and clear quartz. You can have rose quartz like at any given time of the day, like, for coffee, breakfast, lunch, fucking nighttime. Now, enhances passion. It brings emotional balance. Okay. Now here's some simple full moon rituals for yourself. Moonlight charging, place your crystals on the windowsill and the ledge. Get that overnight. I like to let them give one more go, like kids can we get out of the pool now? Like, nah, go and swim another lap. I'm going to set them out as well tonight, but I want them to also marinate one more night, which is going to be again tomorrow. Now I have a few backups on hand that I already have blessed and cleansed and put together for my spiritual, practices. And another thing, when you are doing your spiritual practices, be mindful that you don't always have to keep buying another stone. If you already are working with a clear quartz, it's good. That's your shit. You don't have to keep buying more clear quartz unless you need clear quartz points and you need that for a grid. That's different. And that's just how low do you want to go, with what you're doing. All right. Your altar setting, creating a sacred space using candles, fresh strawberries if you choose, or your chosen stones to meditate on your goals and achievements. You got your crystal grid. You can arrange a moon-aligned crystals around a central intention of manifesting abundance or sweetening relationships. Some people, like I said, they do more of sweetening the pot grids, especially for enhancement of summer love. And, maybe they want their fling card to be more up, all the way up, But spiritually, the strawberry moon, it does represent a season of abundance, joy, maturing, growing, again, understanding to elevate yourself, taking yourself from one place and space and going up to the next level. That's how I think of life. It's always kind of like you're playing the game and you want to beat the game, you want to win, and along the way you want to pick up the trinkets and the extra points and the coins or whatever it is that you may be of what you're playing. And that's how life is. It's like what you've been doing and working on and putting together. Like, that's what you want to see. And you want to see yourself just continue to grow and get better in yourself and enhance. And you're like, yep, I'm up here now. Yeah. Named by early Native American tribes, which is basically to mark the brief wild strawberry harvest. It serves as a cosmic reminder to slow down and savor life's sweetness and celebrate the fruits of the goals. As I said earlier, this is your time to see, like, kind of standing back and looking what you've done. Its core spiritual themes include heart-centered energy. It's tied to the heart chakra. Strawberries, again, red, representing love. Red candles representing love. Pink candles representing love. Passion and romance. It is an ideal time to open your heart to deep connection, self-love, and intimacy. Yeah, boost that energy, that intimacy level. Yeah, you know, take your freak flag up a little higher on the pole. You know, if you have someone special that you're with, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, potential suitors, you know, you got people on the bench and you're trying to start them off and see if they're going to make the team. I ain't saying everybody. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. You know what I meant. You know what I meant. But, you know, enhancements. Go other levels and be more connected with your partner. You know, talk now, next level, sexual things you want to do or experience, passion, elevated, igniting more of a hotter fire. You know, that's what summer's all about. The heat, baby. The heat. Summer is hot. Celebrating growth. Just as berries ripen with time, this moon encourages you to acknowledge and be proud. Like I said, your personal milestones. Step back and look at what have I done? What have I achieved? Look at how this has manifested. Look at how it has grown together. Look at me doing my big one out here. And all I'm doing is doing more of my big one out here. I'm still doing it. Clarity, illumination. As a full moon, it shines a light of your path. It's helping you to see clearly what are you working on, working in your life, and what emotional baggage you need to release. Burn it up. Burn it. Get your little cauldron pot, if you will, if you want to. Some sand. I have some black sand in here. Write down what it is. Just set that on fire. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I mean, just saying, you know, or go outside somewhere safe. You know what I mean? Do your thing. And we put her down in here. No, I don't even think she was here. She was actually here. There she is. There you go. Yeah, do that. And again, practice your gratitude. You know, time to take a pause, being grateful, morning, noon, night. Give thanks, truly appreciate the love, the abundance of what you have that currently surrounds you, that's making life great. Self-care, again, release rituals, writing down limiting beliefs or things you want to let go, and on a piece of paper, safely burn it in the fire. Release it. Remember I said full moons, releasing. Not technically having to pull in, but this is still, like I said, still a good moon you can pull. You can use it to pull. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of why I called you into the principal's office, darling. Mercury motherfucking retrograde. Okay, bloop, bloop, bloop. Starts tonight. Tonight. And it's taking place in the intuitive, emotional water sign of Cancer. See, our full moon is in Capricorn. And Capricorn and Cancer are... they're opposites. Cancer's emotional. Caps don't like to really deal with emotions. They're Earth. I'm Earth. Virgo. It's a grounded thing based off of water. Okay? You Capricorns, read into the sign of Cancer of how you all are opposite and what's the trigger point. So this could affect you a bit also. Okay, Caps? My water goats. Again, intuitive, emotional water sign of Cancer. This transit centers on revisiting the past, family dynamics, and resolving unfinished emotional business rather than strictly analytical or technological mishaps. The pre-shadow already started on June 13th, which I already knew we were in a pre-shadow because of events that happened on June 13th for me. I saw there was a back and forth. The energy was very off. It was a lot going on for me on June 13th. And again, it was in the sign of Gemini. And yeah, it was a lot. And I felt that. And so again, if you're on the elevation of 5D level and you not on baseline, you felt it too. The phase starts tonight, June 29th, and it runs through July 23rd. And the post-retrograde is July 23rd through August 7th, okay? August 7th, which is also another pivotal moment and date for me. What are we going to expect, everybody? Home and mother freaking family issues. Yes. Occurring in Cancer, family dynamics, domestic matters, housing situations are in the spotlight. You may find yourself dealing with family drama, or you might be reconnecting with distant relatives. The Mercury retrograde doesn't always have to affect all of us to a negative position. I heard in the grapevine it's going to do wonders for me as a Virgo in my sign of the 11th house of where we are with the full moon. So therefore, it's going to work. This is going to benefit me, but you got to watch signs like Gemini, Virgo, Cancer, a tinge of Scorpio, because we have an effort attitude. Our mouth doesn't care. And so when we really try not to go for the guts and just shed all of it out onto the floor in one swipe of the swing of the arrow of the bow, or, the sword. That's what I wanted. The sword, not the arrow and the bow. It's all on the floor and we don't care. We'll walk away. We set the match, lit the fire, and be like, you're going to have to put that out. So you may again find yourself also reconnecting with distant relatives, which is interesting because I just talked to one of my distant cousins last week. And it's like, I haven't talked to them in a long time. Emotional reflection. Rather than just standard communication mix-ups and travels delays, this period is also going to ask you to reevaluate whether your daily life aligns with your inner emotional needs. Are they matching up? Are they equal to each other? Because if not, there's where you're going to have to reevaluate. And you got some time. You've got time. Yes, orange is the new black. Come through. Now, the retro shade is the weeks immediately following the direct turn of the planet, which are of a time of adjustment, where you're going to gain the clarity on the themes and issues that arose during the previous 3 weeks. So it's going to help you to solve the problem, Johnny. If you had 4 apples and you took away 2, how many now do you have? Yep, clarity is going to come into mind. How are we going to drive through this shit? We're going to have to navigate it. As it says, avoid impulsive decisions. Don't be rash. Take a breath. Hold off on signing major contracts. This ain't the time to do that. Don't finalize big purchases. Don't buy no freaking cars. Don't put money down on a house. Don't do nothing major right now. Hold all your coins for one moment. Be very smart how you spend, okay? And don't make drastic changes at home until after this post-retrograde clears. Don't start changing and knocking walls down and trying to build extensions into your homes. This ain't it. You see, Michael? Oh my God. Don't do it. Don't do it. Correspondence, technical problems, projects, still susceptible to errors. You're going to find glitches, especially around this time. There's always one or a few social media apps are going to get self-destruct. Gadget, they're going to go down. They're going to be off. Always happens. Shit in your house, your phone, the TV, all that shit's going to be weird. Watch it. Be careful, but don't stress. Watch your mouth. Watch how you talk to people. Watch the conversation. Watch your tone. Be careful. Seeking closure. Use this inward focused energy, tying up your loose ends. Make amends. You lost some type of whatever. Bridges almost practically have been burnt. Maybe it's time to say your piece. Revisit old projects rather than initiating entirely new ventures. This is not what you want to do. You don't want to do this. So as I leave you, I just want to run a few things down. Just to recap within, we got a nice, wonderful, juicy strawberry full moon. It's full of flavor. It's sweet. It's good. Again, we're in the full moon of Capricorn. We have Mercury retrograde also tonight. So we got a lot. Keep your crystals powered around you, protecting you, on you throughout this time. That manifestation time period, you can do that. Again, make your moon water, use it to clean your divination tools, put your tarots in the window. Also, you can make a certain little ladies nice elixir of a perfume or scent or oil where you only use for certain occasions to give you some extra oomph and power. Again, we're talking red, we're talking love, we're talking up in, it's about passion, something making you glow, making you more attractive, if that's again what you're looking for, you know. Also, just get your together, get it all together. Be honest with yourself. How are you holding yourself back? Maybe making your pros and cons list. What do you need to do to get yourself where you need to be gotten, you know, at this time? Don't underestimate yourself. Get outside in nature, the sunshine, and connect with earth. Do some grounding, do some walking with your feet to the ground. Meditate in the sun, get some vitamin D, some real vitamin D. You take that any way you want, okay? Because vitamin D comes in all different types of, you know, ways. Formulas, elixirs, whatever. Use your crystals. Like I said, some pyrite, that carnelian, black obsidian, your clear quartz, your strawberry quartz. Write down your goals and details. Break it down into small steps. How am I going to get there? How can I achieve this? Making sure that you don't text your ex. Leave them all the way where they are, X'd out of your life. Breathe through retrograde frustrations before you act. Breathe. That felt good already. Just recentering yourself 3 times. 3 is the magic number. Another thing is hold on to yourself, okay? Because it can get a little bumpy. All right. Write down what you want to release. You can do some cord cutting rituals if you don't know. Freezing, you know, you could do that too. Work on letting go of anything blocking your safety, security, or your stable foundation. Yeah, freezing somebody is like another thing that you can do. You have somebody that's bothering you or whatever the case may be. You can look into that. It's very something simple, quick, little hoodoo. But yeah, that'll help you along the way. Another thing, like I said, for the theme of all of what you can do is understanding discipline, hard work, your success, making sure we're using a time of lessons, frustration, releasing, finding your rewards that you've gained, your structure, earth grounding, level up. This is a good time. Level up, y'all. Do your thing. Level up. You know, put yourself in places and spaces where it's important for you to be a person that's gaining the rewards to what you need. All right. So I am going to leave you where we are, where you are, whenever you happen to see this today, this later on this afternoon, tonight, tomorrow, when you're cruising through the channel. Again, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, share, feedback, and I'll see you all soon. Don't forget, other content is here. Shells and Cheese podcast live show is coming back as well, and we got some new stuff behind the scenes. And also, don't forget, Rene Conversations After Dark season 2 will be back soon, and so don't forget, look out for that as well. But when you subscribe, you'll be alerted to everything. So I will talk to you all later. Have a blessed full moon evening, and manifest. Be good, be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo and Ashe. Bye.